Tarte's in a bit of trouble after one of their most recent marketing campaigns. Tarte is no stranger to controversy, as they're the ones who usually put on these lavish, luxury influencer events.
Welcome to Tarte Island.
Where influencers are flown out to like a beautiful place, resort, given a lot of product, a lot of gifts, and like they're just spoiled. Originally it was seen pretty well, people liked it, but then it just got more and more extreme where people found it quite out of touch and people started to turn on Tarte. Originally this idea was a good way to do it. Instead of spending marketing money on ads, they'd get, these influencers to like post about it while they're on these brand trips, their products out that way. Recent campaign, they made it a little bit medical. So they have these ambulances converted for Tarte, and they show up at influencers' places to show off one of their like contour sticks. Using a lot of medical terms like upper bleph, like rhinoplasty and stuff to say that can like, resemble these procedures, and you don't have to go to the doctor to get these done. Their product can do all of it. People weren't too mad at the beginning. There were some comments saying like this feels really weird to use an actual ambulance when a lot of times like medical care is not really affordable. So to like sell makeup out of this thing seems a little out of touch and weird. At this point, people were not too upset. But more campaigns came out, and one was of a girl bandages all of her faces as if she went and get all these procedures, and then you see her come by a billboard and rip off the bandages to show that no, it was just the makeup that did all these. And people are starting to get a little bit yucked out. A lot of people felt like it was implying that people need to have surgery, even though they're saying in the campaign like, oh, you don't need to have surgery to use our product. People still felt like it was saying, okay, well, you're not good the way you are. You need to fix it. You need to make it look like you've had surgery. And in a day and age where cosmetic surgeries are so prevalent, it just made it seem really yucky to be promoting this to women, to be like, you're not okay the way you are. You need to do extreme things to your face to be okay. Final nail in the coffin was an influencer came out with a video showing that she got a PR package from them, and she was pretty unsettled by it.
When did cosmetic surgeries and enhancement become so commonplace that it's almost assumed as though every woman wants them? This is a question that I've really been pondering since receiving, honestly, a fairly disturbing PR package. I will show you this package. I think you're going to be rather shocked by it. I am not going to name the brand. However, I just want to have a broader discussion on aging and beauty standards in America right now because I think it is getting completely out of hand. So I was having a bit of an off self-esteem day, as I'm sure many women can relate to, and I received this PR package. I'm just going to show you part of it. Outside in the box had these scissors and blades and needles. That alone was already somewhat disturbing imagery, but then I opened it up. My heart sinks just talking about it. Honestly, it was just really shocking to see. To a photo of myself taken from a screenshot from my Instagram, a photo that I thought that I looked pretty in. I was trying really hard to be confident this day. So they took this screenshot from my Instagram and they drew on it places that I could be more snatched using their product. However, as you can see, it's drawn on with a dotted line, and because there was blade and needle imagery on the packaging, it's insinuating that this is like where a surgeon would cut, or where a surgeon could cut if they were gonna redo my face. Okay, the photo of me made it incredibly personal. And it also came, again, I'm not going to show this, with a list. You're just going to have to trust me on this. It says prescription treatment plan, upper bleph, rhinoplasty, jaw lift, Botox. So obviously I need all these surgeries, but guess what? Oh yay, I don't need the surgeries. I just need this brand's product. And it's going to replace all those surgeries that of course I need right here, right where they drew on the dotted line. Am I the only one that finds this disturbing?
It's pretty disturbing to like take a picture of someone, especially where they probably already have makeup on, and then be like, you need to fix this and fix this and fix this. That is a lot, right? Like, and obviously, yes, the campaign is to say like, oh, you don't need to go under the knife to get these looks, use this makeup. But it is still kind of strange to be like, you're not good enough the way you are. You need to have a snatched nose, a snatched jawline, snatched cheeks. Like, you need to make sure it almost looks like you've had surgery. Like, rearrange your face. This is not a great message to send to young girls and women. It's really disheartening and sad. And I can't even imagine being a young girl, like seeing this, because I know when I was young, like I had insecurities from, like we only had like magazines and stuff like that, tabloids. And like there was a few things I wanted to change about myself. But like nowadays, even at my age of 35, I am constantly like, oh, I probably should get this done. I should get that done. I should do this. Like, this person looks so beautiful. I should get that done. I'm not even close to how this person looks. I should get this done. I'm not going to get those surgeries and stuff, but it constantly runs through my brain. So I can't imagine being a young, impressionable girl seeing all this stuff and being like, okay, well, I'm not okay unless I do these procedures or use makeup to make it look like I've had these procedures. Like, I can't just look like a normal girl with just a bit of makeup. I have to go to the extremes to like make my face look totally different and perfect. I can't imagine the pressure that these young girls feel. It's so sad. Like for me, my heart breaks because as an adult, I feel it, and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe I'm disgusting and I should get these done. Or okay, maybe I need to get better makeup to make it look like I have these procedures done. But then, oh, I'm going to look gross when I take my makeup off. So maybe I should just get the procedure. So in my mind, this marketing doesn't really work because it is kind of going to make you eventually want those surgeries. Because if it looks like you've had the surgery with the makeup, you're going to get used to that. And then when you take off your makeup, you're going to feel gross about yourself. And then inevitably, you're going to be like, well, I might as well just go get the surgery. So even though the campaign is trying to say like, oh, you don't need the surgery, I feel like in the long run, it's just going to promote more body dysmorphia by being so extreme to be like, snatch your face, and like making it seem very surgical and using the surgical terms makes it feel very uncomfortable. I believe that was not their intent. I think, it's hard to come up with different marketing ideas. You try to be bombastic, and a lot of times, even if it's bad marketing, it works in the favor of the company because like everyone's talking about it. It's hard to say what their intentions were. Hopefully it was pure and good and they're trying to say, hey, like you don't need the surgery, use the makeup, but it didn't come off well to a lot of people. I also thought too, like afterwards, I was like, oh, with the ambulance, it kind of feels like, ooh, like this is an emergency. You got to fix your face because it's such an emergency. And I was like, ooh, I don't like how that feels either, which maybe that's not what they're going for, but that's how I took it. I was like, oh yeah, your face is such a disaster. It's an emergency. Like, let's fix it. So it's a little weird. Once again, am I actually really offended by it? No. But it does make me worried about the impressionable young girls or impressionable women who are out there thinking, okay, like I have to use these products and oh, okay, I look this way with the products and now I should go get the surgery. So I feel like the best campaign that they could have done. But what do you guys think about the whole situation? I'd love to hear your opinions below. Thanks so much for joining. Bye-bye.